Today, the General Court Martial in Makindye resumed hearing the case against Dr. Kizza Besigye and Hajji Obeid Lutale, who are accused of possessing the unauthorized firearms and ammunition with the intention of overthrowing the government, a charge punishable by death or life imprisonment.
I believe we shall overcome someday.
Accused in Makindye court were summoned to appear at 2 p.m. but their lawyers and the journalists were initially stopped from entering the courtroom and were only allowed in after a lengthy delay. Afterwards, lawyers and journalists were allowed to enter, but they were not permitted to attend the session while the case was being heard. They were instead directed to the courtroom's viewing. As lawyers were being banned from entering, relatives, friends and other members of the public who had already entered were also forced out. Expert Ingrid and Kizza, who confronted the court chairperson over the harassment by the security personnel and disregard for the rights of the civilians.
We don't know why the name tags were introduced amongst your officers. I thought it was very important that should they do anything harmful to me, I'll be in a position to identify the person who has done it, so that he's personally liable for the acts that has committed.
That's why they are hooded and masked, and they have no name tags and the number. They know they are about to commit should end. Trial civilians in military courts should end. Okay? In the courts we are free of law. In the courts we are free of law.
When the court resumed, Mugabe reprimanded the lawyers of Besigye, saying they were not respecting the court.
He immediately confronted the court orderly that was guiding him where to sit, but instead started assaulting the court orderly and banging the angle bars of the entrance. The chairman of the court warned him of the misconduct, but he did not take heed, but instead worsened the situation by making more noise, being cheered by the audience. This court finds the accused's conduct in contempt of this court and finds Kizza Eron guilty of the offense of contempt of court, and is hereby sentenced to 9 months in prison to be served in Chitaria government prison. We saw rule done at Makindye this day, 7th day of Jan 2025, under my hand and seal of this court.
Martha Kanura was granted permission to speak. She expressed frustration in court, stating that they are to seek further instructions from their clients regarding the court's conduct after one of their colleagues was reprimanded.
But instead of the case against Dr. Besigye and Mr. Lutale proceeding, what has happened, we are leaving this court with one of the lawyers for Dr. Besigye, Eron Kiiza, having been assaulted and now sentenced by the court. I would like a colleague who saw what transpired initially, because we were at the back, entering when we found them grabbing Eron, assaulting him and getting him out of the court.
Kanura informed the court that the accused had instructed them that if the court did not proceed with the case in the absence of the one of their lawyers, they would also not participate.
They stated that he assaulted an orderly. But what my eyes saw were orderlies, not one. Orderlies assaulting Eron Kiiza. Even when he was at the dock, I saw him being assaulted. And I know he is injured.
Subsequently, the chairperson Freeman adjourned the case of Besigye and Lutale until January the 13th.
Colonel retired Dr. Kizza Besigye and your colleague, your case is adjourned to 13th Jan 2025 for further mention.
Obeid.